Hey everyone, it's KS Bros back with another episode of the New York Mets franchise. And in this episode, we are on Prospect Watch. So, if you guys have followed along in this series, you know so far up to this point, we haven't really played up to expectations. We're fourth in the division, our record isn't great, we've had certain players underperform, and one of those players is Porcello. He was brought in to be the fifth man in the rotation, and about 10 games in for him starting, he posted a 7 ERA, which is not competitive at all, and it's not helping us win ball games, so we might have to make a change there. One option is look into free agency and see if we can pick up a similar caliber player as Porcello, around 70 overall. Another option is David Peterson within our own system. He's an upcoming prospect. He was picked in the first round in the 2017 draft. He's been playing great in AAA. And also in this episode, we want to look at Dominic Smith. We decided to put him in AAA this season to get him more at bats, and so far he's raking in AAA, batting .340. Now JD Davis is manning our left field spot so far, and he's played okay, about a .270 average. But we're thinking of mixing things up and maybe doing a platoon option out in left field. Both of them are similar fielders. They're not great in left field, but maybe playing JD Davis only against lefties and Dom Smith only against righties. That could help out both their averages and maybe help out their fielding a little bit. So we want to check in on both of those prospects. I know Dom isn't as much of a prospect because he's had Major League time, but we want to go to the minors, go to our AAA team, the Syracuse Mets, and see how both of these guys are doing. So in these first two games, we are going to be locked onto Dominic Smith and going live into his at-bats and seeing how he performs. So here we are going up against the Boston Red Sox AAA affiliate. I believe the Paul Tuckett Sox. And here we are, Dom with his first at-bat. He's batting in the 3 hole, and he's batting .320 at this moment. The Mets have a guy on first with 1 out. It looks like Jimenez might be on first base. And Dom drives one to right field, a perfect swing on a cutter, giving him his first hit of the day. Now on defense here, we have Smith playing first base, which is his natural position, but it's not where he should be positioned. He should be positioned in left field, so we definitely have to talk to our AAA manager about that defensive alignment. But here we are in Smith's second at-bat. He's in a 3-1 count. He holds off on that cutter. His swing was a little early. Here on the 3-2 count, he drives another one to right field, driving it over the first baseman's head, giving him his second hit of the day. Now here in the 5th, the Mets are still being shut out. Smith's trying his best. But here he is, first pitch swing, and he gets jammed, and the shortstop throws him out. Now here in the 8th, 5-0, Paul Tuckett. Smith has a guy on first, nobody out. A check swing on the cutter. His bat placement was perfect, but his timing was too early. Now the 2-1 pitch, and he drives another one to right field. Now here in the 9th, the Mets are threatening here. Already 1 on the board. Guys in the corners, 2 outs. Smith in a 3-2 count, and he lays off the changeup, putting the tying run up to plate. Unfortunately, we lost that game, and now here we are against the Philadelphia Phillies AAA affiliate, the Lehigh Iron Pigs. Smith in his first at-bat in this game, way too early in that fastball. But he squared it up nonetheless. Now the 2-2 pitch from Irvin. Smith fouls it off. A little late on that swing. And the next pitch, he gets a hanging curveball and drives it to left field. And due to the shifted outfield, Smith easily makes it into second base. And these two games, funny enough, Smith went up against two lefties. So if he can perform well against lefties, that is definitely a good sign. Now here in the fourth, his second at bat, he drives a slider to center field, falling just in front of the center fielder. But again, the Mets are being shut out. No offense aside from Smith. Here in the sixth, a 1-2 count, and he gets a ground out to the pitcher, chasing that slider. But now here in the eighth, it is 2-0 Iron Pigs. Nick Pivetta on the mound, Philadelphia Philly. And Smith gets one to hit, and he drives it, a no doubt shot over the right field wall, tying the game up 2-2. And the Mets are able to walk it off, winning the opening game of this series. And as you can see here, Smith wins Player of the Game honors thanks to his 2-run home run that tied the game up. So after looking at Smith, now we're going to take a look at our stud pitching prospect, David Peterson, who I said earlier was drafted by the Mets in the 2017 draft. He was the 20th pick. Originally starting the season in AA, now in AAA. He's 4 starts in with a 1.7 ERA. First batter of the game, Kyle Isbell. And he's able to hit a blooper that gets over the third baseman's head, giving the Iron Pigs one guy on first with no one out. Next batter up, Torres. He's able to draw the 4-pitch walk, and Peterson is definitely in some turbulence here early in the game. Phil Gosselin up to the plate, and Peterson gets him on a filthy changeup, showing his arsenal of pitches. He's got a curveball, a slider, a changeup. But here, Neil Walker up the plate, the ex-Met and ex-Pirate, he's able to drive the changeup and score the first run for the Iron Pigs. And now Peterson is able to get the ground ball, and he's able to get the double play to get him out of the jam. Now here in the second, already one guy on, one out. The 8-spot hitter, Luke Williams, up to the plate, a 3-2 count. And he drives the ball just under Smith's glove, giving the Iron Pigs guys in the corners. Now the pitcher spot up, and Peterson gets him to pop out a huge out, taking away a sac fly or ground out opportunity. Now Isbell already 1 for 1 in that blooper. He makes good contact, and he's able to single up the middle, giving the Iron Pigs the second run. Jimenez should have been able to get at least a glove on that one. But now Peterson gets Torres a strikeout, but it's a wild pitch, allowing him to get to first, and now the bases are loaded. But Peterson is able to get Gosling to fly out to left field. So 2 innings down, 2 very busy innings for Peterson. Hopefully he can settle down here in the third. Already with 2 outs, he's able to get the batter to fly out to center field to end the third. And now here in the fourth, he gets a grounder to himself. Fielding his position well, a strong, accurate throw to first. Now the pitcher up again to bat. And he gets him to pop out again to second base. Now going for the 1-2-3 inning, trying to get Isbell out for the first time in this one. Isbell is in a good hitter's count, 3-1. And again, Peterson makes an athletic play, throwing him out to end the inning. Now jumping all the way to the 6th inning after a scoreless inning in the 5th. Peterson is going up against Bryson Stott. He's able to get him to ground out to second. Now Andrew Knapp, a catcher in the Phillies organization. Peterson has a good, lively fastball, but then he throws one down the middle, allowing Knapp to get a single to center. Next batter up, Rivas. He hits one sharply to second. A dive stops the ball from leaving the infield, but he's not able to gather and throw him out in time. And that will be it for Peterson. Thank you guys for watching.